Disclaimer for all of my videos, I don't intend to target anyone with this, nor do I need... I'm not even trying to target anyone with anything, but Jesus fucking Christ. I'm using this as a lesson to anyone who is DMing, playing, or who is revolvingly interested in any sort of TTRPG. It doesn't have to be Dungeons & Dragons. You don't have to be interested in Pathfinder. Hell, you could be playing Maid RPG for Christ's sake. But Session 0, if you've never played with these fucks, is always important. However, just bear with me because this is just a clusterfuck in itself. Alright? Here's a precautionary tale of how not to waste 2 hours of my time. So, we didn't really have a Session 0 because, you know, the DM assumes we all know each other. We've all apparently played with each other except for me. And you know what? It's gonna be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now, this was a long while back when originally I was gonna play my character Raylana. The DM had to go on hiatus after Session 2 or 3, I don't remember. And after that, I kinda was on a kick of wanting to break the Raylana curse. For context, any game I would put this fucking bard in would go on hiatus. Or quit. Or something bad would happen. I'm looking at you, Ty. I would like Paradolia to continue, but you know. You know. We all want Paradolia to continue. But I'm not trying to poke it fun. I'm sorry, Ty. But as I was saying, this particular DM, not Ty. I'm not throwing Ty under the bus. I just like poking fun at Ty. Went on hiatus for months. Almost a whole year, actually. But for personal reasons, that's totally okay. If you need the time, you need the time. However, this is where things get funky. And by funky, I do mean funky. So I decided to put Raylana in another campaign, and then right as I do that, the DM lets us know, hey, I want to start another campaign, the same story and everything. And two of us players wanted to change characters because, well, one of the players leave, so his character was tied in with the other character, kind of like a brotherly bond kind of thing. He's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Can't have one without the other. Well, my character, Raylana, no offense, she's living her best life right now. She's living her best life right now. As I was saying, like I said, this is a precautionary tale. And by precautionary tale, I mean what not to do at a fucking stoplight. There were red flags all over the fucking place. But mainly from one particular player. Now, all the other players and I were all seeming to get along. The one player wasn't even there for when I was there for the 2 hours I was there. And it felt bad because his character is really fucking cool. If you hear this, I like your character. Cygnus is very cool, and I like Cygnus. We are having a great time, and I'm gonna fast forward to where things get really fucking funky. We find a skeletal hand. The skeletal hand is holding a crystal orb. The crystal orb seems like, I think it's a crystal ball. Or I think it's like a pearl. Something like that. I personally think, oh cool, treasure. But the hand is moving. It's fucking weird. The hand is moving and being butt fuckery, and you know, my pirate captain's like, yeah, I'm not fucking with that. After messing with it, I'm not fucking with it. So, after chasing the hand down, our, I want to say either Triton or what are those other fish people races? Long story short, we had a fish person, we had a bird person, we had a tiefling, and tiefling. And it just gets from weirder to weirder. We have some interesting opposites. We have sea, sky, demon, the flavor texted Asimar. And then we have it. And I'm gonna say it, because it did not give me joy. Did it bring me joy? No, it did not bring me joy. What it brought me was a fucking hernia. We get to the bar. We explain what we found. After our fishy girl grabs the orb from the hand, it's like a moment from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Return the slab. Editing me if I can find that clip. Return the slab. And it's just getting all fucking weird. And out of the corner of her eye, the hand is put back on a skeleton, and it's just a very bad tutorial character, and I'm ready to fucking kill myself. Every time we turn around, our friend is spouting off what the spell does, what components it takes. You see, if you can see the opponent. It is if Papyrus had a baby with a bad tutorial character, and I don't mean Toriel. It was just, ugh. I'm all for memeing in a campaign, but that was just, let me tell you where it gets worse. Nothing like wasting 2 hours just funneling around a village, attempting to get my footing back in this campaign that I already kind of wanted to quit, but I was kind of hoping to stay because everyone else was like, oh yay, we still have Bugg. Well, this is how this goes. Nothing like my character who actually has enough swing in her to fucking almost deck this skeleton. She's put to sleep. She's conked out on the floor. And he fucking says, you know, I could crit kill your character right here, right now. I did not much appreciate that. That did not bring me joy. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, thanks. That's nice. Now, I really don't ever understand the player versus player or the player versus DM prospect. Unless you really have that problematic of a player, you guys have to stand up to that player in their mindset. But my fucking Jesus Christ. It just, what? I couldn't comprehend what the hell happened. To the point where like, okay, fuck it, I'm going to bed. Night. Because I did. I had to go to bed for work that night. And, I wish I could have drank that night. Jesus, fuck. So let's continue. After that, I'm never gonna complain about my players ever again because, no one ever told me, you know, I can kill you in your sleep. Like, what the fuck? And Charles, if you're watching this video, I'm never complaining I'm never complaining about you ever again. Jesus Christ. I know I make funny ha-has about the mammoth, but that's our mammoth meme. That's our joke. That's our thing. But what the fuck? I don't even know how to respond to what we just witnessed. Other than, huh? Like, that did not bring me joy. How could that been solved? Hi, I'm Bugg. I've been DMing for a good 5-something years. Have I been DMing other campaigns? No. But I've DM'd like a bunch of one-shots for like Made RPG and other things, but I would like to let you know that there's such thing as called a Session 0. Session 0 lets players know what characters there are, what things are going to be going on, limits, restrictions, things like that. And DM, don't worry, because you don't have to put all your cards on the table, you just have to let them know that a basic concept is going to be within your goddamn campaign. Now, you're probably wondering, well, if there's gonna be necromancy, of course there's gonna be corpses and other things, and they're gonna just guess my campaign. Okay, look, Negative Nancy. I'm gonna explain a Session 0 and how a normal Session 0 goes. Session 0 is where the players sit down with their DM. They describe their characters. Or if they haven't made a character yet, the DM happily helps them make a character. Of course, Session 0 can also consist of basic role-playing, getting into the character, learning what they should do to get into character, certain things that will help them along the way. This does not restrict you on what you should do. You, as the DM, should also take into consideration how your players feel about certain topics. If a player does not happily appreciate the topic of a certain action, word here, thank you, editing me, then you should not include it in your campaign. Can you hint at it? Yes. But do not explicitly say it. Find out what your players are happily comfortable with monster-wise. Do you have someone who's afraid of spiders? Do not include spiders. Can you include something that has equally of a creepy value? Yes. Because I want to say the Underdark and crypts and all sorts of things have other creepy creatures. It is all about the finesse. As a DM, you want to work with your players. You're not against your players. Having your players hide their characters from each other is not helpful. Because if I would have known Dummy McDumbfuck was going to be playing a murder hobo skeleton thinking that they were Papyrus the tutorial character, I would have been exiting stage left. And this is why you do, alright, Session 0. I did a Session 0 with my players. Their Session 0, if they wanted to, could lead into Session 1. You can include minor roleplay things that leads them into Session 1. You do not have to include things that are in Session 1. It is all entirely up to you. Do you want them just to have the basic bar setting for them to practice roleplaying? Cool. This doesn't have to be canon, motherfucker. Excuse my rambling for a second here. But understand this is a great time for people to understand whose character does what, where, how many skittles, you know. A great example, think of it like a job interview. You sit their character down, you ask questions, you go like this. Hi, this is so-and-so, what's your character? Hi, I'm Bugg and I'm currently playing Raylana. Raylana is a high elf bard. She's highly skilled in the writing arts, but she can sing too. Her brother seemed to have bought her a beautiful violin. However, she's highly skilled in a certain type of writing style that people find a little unconventional. Oh, that's a lovely sounding character. See, you don't have to give too much detail, but let them know enough detail to know a little bit about their class, a little bit about their, race, their age, their, stuff like that. And here's the other thing that drives me absolutely fucking bonkers. People think just because their character is unconventional, people are not going to want to play with them. That is not the case at all. I would like to give you example A. When Dumbfuck McDumbfuck wanted to play Murder Hobo McSkeleton, I thought at first, because of the design, he was going for Harry Potter skeleton. I thought he was Dumbledore. Just skeleton version. But let's continue. However, nothing prepared me for the buttfuckery that was Murder Hobo Skeleton. Setting bookstores on fire. I would have loved to know that before we started the session. But let's continue. Understand that I would also like to know certain characters' personalities, because whether it's a character that I'm going to be playing with, or any other character, the only characters I knew anything about was the NPCs, because the NPCs I had access to reading about. I don't know if it's just the DM style choice, but that was just a mess. So I would like to give you guys the beautiful importance. Session 0 is important. It is important to learn about your other players, your environment, your everything. I swear on the great Bible of Neon Genesis Evangelion's manga. What the fuck? Now, before you guys start going, well, Bugg, if you already played with these players before, is Session 0 really necessary? I believe every campaign should have a Session 0, or I like to call it Session 0.5. What is this, getting into Evangelion? Yes. Because everything with me is an Evangelion reference. You know what I mean? Okay. My 0.5 session is a compromise between getting to play Session 1 and skipping some of the introductory things. Because if you've played with these players before, this kind of skips a lot of the mumbo jumbo. If you've played with experienced players before, have them at least let the other players know what they're playing, aka their character, their race, and their, class, A great example is, in case they're playing any homebrew races and or classes, they can list them below so the players have a point of reference on what's going on. I like things being in the open. If you're not the kind of DM who likes people putting things out like that in the open, you can still talk about your references, your preferences, limits, limitations, your style choice, etc. Because some players may have things change during a session. Suddenly they get over fears of spiders. Maybe they like things a little more on the dark side. Who knows? The point still stands. I think Session 0, or 0.5, is definitely personally important, because Jesus fucking Christ, I would have avoided that dumpster fire. To the other players who were very pleasant, I apologize, because my god. And to the player I haven't even got to play with, because that, I just couldn't handle that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So what did I learn? Session 0. So, before I end the video, I would like to give you a lovely little update with my life. Hi. I keep having issues with this goddamn card contraption that is my computer. Whether it be my hard drive, whether it be my fucking computer itself, or now it's a graphics card error. It's hard to edit things. So, fun. I'm trying my hardest, I really am, guys. So, just bear with me. Bye!